So we start off by talking about mindset, and especially a growth mindset. And again, nothing wrong if you really like to be able to have the same job doing the same thing over and over again. It's just that that's much harder in a world of disruptive change. So what is more helpful, people are finding, is a growth mindset. Now, what about skill set? So you have an amazing mix of skills and interests and experiences that is unlike any other person on the planet. Every single person has a unique mix. It turns out that because we're problem solvers from the time that we're very, very young, there are problems that we love to solve. There are skills that we love to use. There are problems and skills we don't like so much. And, work is work. We all have things we don't necessarily like. But as my father found in the book, What Color Is Your Parachute, starting 50 years ago, is that the more you give people the opportunity to do work that they love and that they're good at, that's a superpower. Mm-hmm. So it's incredibly helpful to feel that you have in your own life, in your own work, some North Star or Southern Cross that is, what are the skills you want to develop? What are the skills you love to use? What are the kinds of problems that you love to solve? Can you try to keep working more and more of that into your work? So it's at least directional. You at least feel like you're heading towards more and more of that fulfilling and meaningful and hopefully well compensated work. So I first tell everybody it's wonderful. It's really, really helpful to have done some kind of self-inventory, some understanding of your own skills so that you can actually articulate them. You can decide which ones you like and which ones you don't. And you can actually feel like you're heading in a direction. You can devise pictures in your mind of scenarios of where you want to go. And there are some organizations that actually encourage people to embrace that and that want every single person to have a learning path. So that's the first one. The second is, what skills then would help you to continually navigate disruptive change? And they actually each are sort of resonate with the four that you were pointing out in terms of mindset, but there's a different acronym for them. I talk a lot about pace and scale of change. It just so happens that it's PACE, problem solvers who are adaptive, creative, and with empathy. Why do I say this? So problem solvers, we've already established, that's what you are. You're a problem solver in work, whether you're an individual or you're a team. Adaptive, because we've talked about exponential change. I don't think this is going to stop anytime soon. I think this is the new abnormal. Creative, because that's what's going to keep you ahead of the robots and software. It's your ability to be a creative and adaptive problem solver that will allow you to continually solve unique problems. It's the repetitive ones that none of us like very much that the robots and software are going to take. And then finally, empathy. The old problems you had in school. Which one of these is not like the other? Why empathy? I mean, that sounds a little different than the others. Well, it's your ability to empathize with the needs of a customer, the needs of your coworkers, the needs of the planet. Satya Nadella famously has said he believes that the greatest superpower that we have for our own creativity is our ability to empathize with the lived experience of another. And for those who lead in organizations, to be able to empathize with the needs of their workers and other stakeholders. And so problem solvers are adaptive, creative, and with empathy. I really recommend to people to practice each of those. They are literally skills. They are skills you can develop over time so that you can continually, they're called flex skills, that are usable in a range of different situations. And as the shelf life for what I call your no skills, the knowledges in a particular industry like high tech or automotive, or those are going to decay because that world is changing so fast. Those flex skills of pace are the ones that are going to help you to continually solve the problems of tomorrow.